I have really sweaty hands right now trying to maneuver this. I try really hard to not ruminate in regret, to not sit and spin in the should-haves, the shouldn't-haves, the would-haves if only. None of this thinking has ever served me. But on occasion, I still get angst and worry, mostly about my children and how I may have fucked them up. Those of you that are parents know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of us that had parents, well, enough said about that. My childhood gifted me things like people-pleasing, perfectionism, a lack of self, and intermittent debilitating anxiety. None of which I wanted for my children. My Gen Z children, they are emotionally complex and messy and get dysregulated, but they are also early therapy seekers, which probably says something about my parenting. They engage in contemplative practices. They meditate, journal, yoga, crochet, and spend as much time in nature as they can. And they are figuring out their own way. I continue to do my own work every single day, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes, I actually can say and do the right thing. So last spring, my daughter Ava called to complain about a boy that she was interested in who refused to go downtown. Right? He insisted that the last time he did that, he got a cold. Well, Ava was not having it and reminded him that this is not a respiratory area and that you couldn't possibly catch a cold by making an occasional visit. The young man was not swayed. There was some back and forth with me and her brother Max, and we all decided that he'd be a shitty boyfriend and to move on. So she did. I'm not sure about you, but I never had these kinds of brother-sister conversations. And the sex talk with my mother in the 5th grade, it was 5 minutes, and it was completely unhelpful and left me only more confused and alone to find my way. So the very next day, Ava called back not to complain more, but to ask her if I would send her a vibrator. Apparently a more reliable tool than the boys on campus. Of course I said yes, and I got busy immediately. I just have to say, so many choices, so many choices. My own device had been a gift for my 30th birthday. Do the math, it is fucking vintage. And it wasn't even a real vibrator. It was a back massager from Macy's. It was a back massager from Macy's with numerous attachments, like when you buy a vacuum cleaner. I ended up sending Ava the rabbit, and I wished her, right, so good, but I wished her good luck because it was really busy and it had way more things than I had ever known with the back massager. So after the rabbit shipped, I was telling my friend Naomi how grateful I am that my 19-year-old daughter can talk to me about her sexual health and curiosities. But all Naomi can focus on is that my device is over 30 years old and not a real vibrator. She is appalled. How can I gift my daughter state-of-the-art equipment and not indulge myself, she says. She says the situation needs to be remedied immediately. It is unacceptable. So off we go to good vibrations. The second oldest adult toy store, women-friendly place in the country. And I'm overwhelmed immediately, but I agreed to go on the outing, not because I thought I needed to replace the back massager, but because she was really excited to help me with an upgrade. So we get there, floor to ceiling, toys, lubes, schmears, outfits, gadgets, anything you want. Yeah, schmears. Anything you wanted at your fingertips. And the sales consultant, she was the age of my daughter, so that was super comfortable. She starts Vanna Whiting the wall of vibrators, smiling, just waiting for me to make a decision. So after the initial overwhelm, and with a little bit of guidance, I leave there with a $250 womanizer. Oh, 2 kinds of lube. Who needs that much lube, I'm thinking? Okay. But I am really pleased with my purchase because it has USB charging. Which means I am now free range and no longer connected to an electrical outlet and extension cord. I inform Ava that she is no longer the only one in the family with state-of-the-art equipment. But here's the thing. That device, that magnificent fancy gadget with all of its horsepower and variable pressures and intervals and all the things, it's kind of too much for me. This has been on lockdown for a very long time. And I need to bring a little bit more patience along for the ride. So for the time being, ye old back massager is back in the queue as the womanizer rests comfortably in a cute linen bag in my underwear drawer, just waiting for us to be reunited after our tumultuous beginning. And my daughter, she is so disappointed she could not be here tonight because of finals, but she is happy to report that she and the rabbit are hopping along beautifully.